Yes, sir! It's halftime on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. We're on the go at sasportstar.com. Happy Wednesday, everyone. My name is Michael Jimenez, your host from 12 to 2. This show is about sports, pop culture, nostalgia, and taste testing.
Sports.
You just heard the voice of James Pledger. He's producing this show. Wednesday means Rudy J. My man, what's going on?
My guy. Pledge, Jimenez. What is good? Let's get it.
Dude, I'm excited. I love Wednesdays, man, because Wednesday not only means Rudy J, it also means that it's movie review day. So at 1:30, I'm reviewing the classic Scarface.
And you may end a friendship.
I may end a friendship. Oh my goodness.
I promise you.
I
promise you. If this is a bad review, I'm unfollowing you on Twitter for a week.
I was talking to Rudy J on the phone on the way into the office, and he said, do not tell me anything. I want to be 100% surprised. So on Wednesdays, I review movies that are like 30 to 40 years old because I didn't watch many of them in the 80s growing up. So in the past, I reviewed E.T. I've reviewed recently Gremlins, Close Encounters, The Outsiders. Some people have loved my reviews. Others have criticized and ridiculed my reviews. But at 1:30, we're going over Scarface.
Let's be fair. Everybody's criticized your reviews.
Well, you know what? I mean, and we will. You laughed about how we'll be talking sports. Yes, we'll be talking about sports. The Spurs lost their fourth game in a row last night. At 1:30, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs will come in because, as we were talking about this morning over the phone with Jeff, Pop abruptly left the press conference last night after talking about Keldon Johnson. So we'll get into that at 1:30. At 1 o'clock, you know, I'm not a Cowboy fan. Pledger's not a Cowboy fan. Rudy J's not a Cowboy fan. But guess who is?
Hold on. Yes, I am.
Well, yeah, but you're more of a Bears fan than you are a Cowboy fan. Okay.
Both you and CT.
And I don't want my mom to disown me. So from blood ties, I have to root for the Cowboys.
You are a Cowboy fan, but not fanatic.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. So at 1 o'clock, we're going to have Quinn Hudson, the host of Fantasy Gods and also of the Sunday Sports Grill. He will be on at 1:05, getting the pulse of Cowboy fan going into week 18, going into the playoffs. How do Cowboy fans feel? Is it their year, man? That he always says that it's our year. It's our year. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook Live and on YouTube, you see a fourth face on there. Carolina Teague is joining us today because the first block, she had a very interesting take about the taco debate that we had on the Blitz last night and then on R&R this morning. For those of you who weren't listening, and thank you to the more than 330 people who responded on Twitter on a poll.
That's crazy.
The over-under was set last night when I told Pledge over-under 250. And I was like, nah, man.
What'd I say?
You said bet the over in a heartbeat. I was like, Carolina Teague's involved now. It's going to go above. But she had a very interesting take on this. So I'll set the stage. Last night, we have a newbie here at the San Antonio Sports Star, Joe Reinagel.
Yes. Right.
Okay. I have seniority over Joe Reinagel at the San Antonio Sports Star. Me and my 3 months, I have seniority. So he mentioned the fact that he had tacos from Dairy Queen the other day, and Minix just roasted him and just grilled him.
Dude, it was brutal.
Explain to the people here what Minix was doing to Reinagel on the Blitz yesterday.
Who you want me to explain?
Yeah, explain. What was
Pledge?
it? No.
Okay, so this is what happened. So Reinagel still does television, okay? So television, even though his segment's not that long, it takes a very long time to put that together. Like Jason said yesterday, people don't realize how long it takes to put that show together. So at 7, he rushes out of Minix's house to the TV station. Well, because this is new, he forgot to pack his food. TV guys, he has to keep the jawline. Like they, you know what I mean? Like they don't eat like a normal person because they're on television. But he just forgot to pack his lunch. So he's headed up Fredericksburg. He sees this Texas stop sign, Dairy Queen, pulls in, and unlike most of us, he didn't get the steak fingers. He got the crispy tacos. And Sage instead, Jason goes off. Jason asked every person he interviewed yesterday, and they all proceeded to roast Joe for out of all the things on the menu.
And here's
He
Carolina
chose
Teague.
crispy tacos. What's up, CT?
Disrespecting Joe and his greatness first and foremost. You would think
he
from
is the
somebody who's a
god.
TV veteran, he's a veteran, he's been doing this for a long time. You would think you would trust his taco takes. I can't believe y'all roasted him for Dairy Queen tacos. They're a staple for Dairy Queen. I'm sorry that you guys don't know about Dairy Queen
I didn't roast
tacos.
him. I didn't roast him.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, I feel like he was highly disrespected. It was like a joke or something. You guys were taking it for like some type of joke because he got tacos. You know how many times people go up to Dairy Queen just to get some tacos?
And it's
Their
funny.
tacos are good. Their salsa is good. And you guys are actually really bougie right now.
Now, Carolina, what I liked about your
Stop
take
it.
on Twitter was you were saying
Yes,
this
she did
isn't
have a good take.
this isn't a Mexican food take. This is a Texas thing. The Dairy Queen tacos is not Mexican food. It's a Texas food. Explain.
Right. Okay, so Dairy Queen is a Texas food. There's a Dairy Queen every 50 to 150 miles. So if you go to Dairy Queen, you're supposed to get the steak finger basket. You're supposed to get a Blizzard for dessert. You can get a Hunger Buster if you want to, but you're also supposed to get some tacos because at the end of the night, at midnight, you got to heat up your tacos and you got to eat them if you're super hungry. Now, Jason Minnick said something very disrespectful yesterday on Twitter. He said,
What'd
if
he
it's
say?
midnight, I'm going to go to Jack in the Box because I'm most likely not sober. And you know what I say to that? I'm like, excuse me, but Dairy Queen isn't open till midnight. So of course you're not going to go to Dairy Queen because Dairy Queen isn't open right now.
That's
why
right.
you're
First
supposed to get your tacos ahead of time and then eat your tacos later in the day.
Carolina
I don't know why y'all
Teague
keep disrespecting Joe.
throwing the heat right now. Throwing the heat, Miss Teague. Hey, Rudy, here's the thing about
What's
it,
up,
man.
brother?
Here's the thing. I apparently lost Mexican points for pointing out the fact that I had
Ooh.
Taco Bell a few weeks back. I am not a big
Ooh.
fan of Taco Bell.
Instead of Whataburger.
Well, no, dude, seriously, man. If you had a choice between going to Whataburger and standing in line for 45 minutes, when did that place become a nightclub? When did Whataburger take 45 minutes to get your food?
It's
It used to
always
be
been
a
that way.
no, man.
At 2 a.m, it is always
It
like
used
that.
to be a 5 to 10 minute adventure, and now you
Never.
need to have at least half a tank of gas to get food at Whataburger at any point in
Why
the
don't
day.
you pull up the app, order it, and sit in one of those spots?
Now that's
Oh,
bougie, man.
yeah.
Sometimes you're on your way home. I don't want to pay $8 service fee plus tip
There's no
for a
service fee.
$6 meal. Come
There's no
on,
service
man.
fee.
Come on, man.
You're
I'm not
trying to
doing it.
invent things. There's no service fee. It's the same cost.
Now
You just have them walk it out to your car like a Sonic.
So what we did, Carolina, was we had a taste test here at the studio, right? We were gonna wait until air time, but we don't want cold food.
But
right?
but they're so good, and you were so hungry that you were like, I want to eat these Dairy Queen tacos ahead of time. I was supposed to do it on camera
All right,
so that you could prove to us that you ate the Dairy Queen tacos.
I got it on
But
video.
It's on video.
So good that you wanted to
It's
eat
on
them ahead of
video.
time. I understand.
I got it on video. I
Here's
will
the
post
video.
it.
Okay.
I went out and I went a little hard last night. So which taco do you think won?
Oh no! Don't tell me you didn't win. Okay, so Pledge was up in a club on a Tuesday last night. You know, getting his drink on.
I went for a beer and some food, and I had no food in all the beers.
So the taste test. I'm coming in with 3 bags. I have Taco Bell. I have what's it called?
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, and I have Jack in the Box. He goes straight for the Jack in the Box, like
Yeah, man.
he's 20 years old all over
I
again.
hate those
Yeah.
tacos. I hate
And-
those. I
and
won't even
he-
eat
he-
those.
That hit the spot so good.
Those are
won't eat them.
nasty.
I like them.
Nasty.
I like them too. Maybe my mom tells me I'm a bottomless pit because I don't eat anything. But I like Jack in the Box tacos. They go hard with some hot sauce and bacon cheddar wedges. That's really
Nasty.
pretty.
They don't
Oh,
have bacon
That's
cheddar
good.
wedges anymore.
CT spitting facts right
You
there.
don't like bacon cheddar wedges or anything?
No, I love them. They don't carry.
wait,
them any
wait,
longer.
wait, Carolina, real.
What? Since when?
Yeah, they started making mini tacos.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know
Lord.
why.
You know what? That's why I don't go there no more.
Carolina, what's your
Because of
take on Whataburger taquitos?
I don't know. I don't eat that. You know, I don't eat Whataburger taquitos. The tortillas are fake. They feel really fake. I feel like if it was a crunchy taco, I'd probably eat it. But I don't like the taste of fake tortillas where it tastes like they have some type of extra GMOs in there. So I really don't mess with Whataburger taquitos. I'd go to Whataburger more so for the jalapeno cheeseburgers, and that's it.
I
And I
went.
might get a shake.
I went to. I brought into the studio the other day, about a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to lose some more Mexican points here. but I
Jesus.
brought in a chicken burrito from Chick-fil-A
You did.
the other
Oh,
day.
that's terrible.
Oh my
That's
God.
That don't even
trash.
sound Mexican.
Oh,
That was
but it's
awful.
not. It's just sustenance, man. It's just calories.
you.
It
I
is
feel
just food, and sometimes you don't want to wait in line, man. But
Wait. You went to Chick-fil-A and didn't
No,
wait in line?
okay. Now this is the difference between Chick-fil-A and Whataburger. Whataburger, you have 10 cars, you're gonna be there for an hour. You have 10 cars at Chick-fil-A, you'll be out in 3 minutes. They'll say a prayer for
Facts.
you, and they'll say your name. They'll say your name
Facts.
when you leave.
And,
It's great.
and they don't charge you for extra sauce either. If you want extra sauce, they're gonna throw it in your bag, and they don't charge you a dime.
And they don't even have to ask you. It's all like you go to some place like McDonald's where it's like you have to beg and plead, like, please, can I have some ketchup with this?
That's the thing. I compared the Wonderland Mall of America, the COVID-19 vaccine, to a Chick-fil-A line. Like they were just
Like in and out. Now
they had that working.
here's the thing. So we had the taste test here at the studio, right? You went straight for the Taco Bell because again you were up in a club on a
I
Tuesday.
went straight for the Jack in the Box.
Oh, that's right. The Taco Bell one you kind of almost spit out. But man, when we saw the presentation of the 3 tacos from DQ,
It's a great presentation.
it was please describe.
It's 3, and because all the others come wrapped up and they're in a bag. The others are in a bag, but the bag's on its side because they're in a boat. So you pull the boat out, and there's these 3 beautiful tacos. You can see the lettuce, you can see the cheese, like everything's beautifully presented, and it's just kind of when you pull it out of the bag, right?
Now
They didn't travel well though.
but you're saying that you still would choose Jack in the Box
Today, yeah.
on a normal day, dude.
Oh no, on a
We're not-
normal day it's DQ.
Okay. You know what's so funny
Sure.
is that people probably think right now, listening to these shows, that DQ is suddenly like a sponsor of the San Antonio Sports Star. They should be. They're not, but they should be because we've been giving them lots of love this week. But
Next
it's good
week
times.
live from Dairy Queen on.
Michael, can I ask you a question, Michael?
Tell me.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, can you admit on air right now that you actually like Dairy Queen tacos? And can you say sorry to all the people that you're disrespecting about Dairy Queen tacos?
Oh, I
and
love
tell them
I
that you like them?
I love Dairy Queen tacos. I was one of the first to come out and outright
Yeah.
defend Joe Reinagel.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you hated on Dairy Queen
No.
tacos.
It's in fact when I was
Okay.
doing the low carb thing earlier last year, one of the things you look for is an item. My kids love the steak fingers there. They like the ice cream there, and I go in there and I'm like, I can't get anything low carb at Whataburger. I can't do whatever, but DQ was fine because they have those tacos there. You add it all up, the macros work out well, and they taste good. Good times. But I will let you know, I'm not doing low carb today because I brought me and Pledge some ice cream from DQ.
Where's my ice cream?
It's in
I
the
didn't get
freezer,
that.
baby.
Dairy Queen tacos, if you haven't tried them, they're an iconic Texas staple. Period.
There you go,
You
man.
have to get them. You have to try them. You have to enjoy them. Let them just go down your throat. Pour some salsa in your mouth and just enjoy them.
Oh man, Tony Ornelas on Facebook Live says Jack in the Box tacos are a poor man's choice after the club. Heartburn in the morning. John Dyer says, "Come on, Mike. You live in San Antonio. Get some real tacos." That's not the point,
Time out.
dude.
Let me
That's not the
explain
point. That's
that.
not the
Let me
point.
explain that. Yeah, we all know we all are San Antonians. We all would prefer our local, our closest taqueria, the whatever
Yeah.
taqueria is closest
Mhm.
to. We all prefer that. We're talking about these fast food tacos. Everybody here, and not only that, a good taqueria closes at 3 anyways. So
There you-
most
Woo! Spitting facts, baby.
Yeah, so I mean, of course, we all. I mean, I have mine that's right down the street. I'm sure you all have one that you frequent for your breakfast tacos or for your barbacoa. So, but we're just talking strictly fast food tacos right now. We all know that that's not what you prefer. We get it.
Yeah, we get it, man. I'd rather have Roost Chris, man. But you know what? Sometimes I'm at Outback. Sometimes I'm at
And if you're-
someplace else. It just is what it
And
is.
if you're Mexican in San Antonio, you should be making your own tacos. To be honest with you, you shouldn't have to go to a taqueria. You should be making your own tacos. To be honest, Unless you're lazy.
Sometimes you don't feel like it.
All right, real
yeah,
fast.
unless you're lazy, like I'm lazy most of the time too.
Yeah, me
Real
too.
fast. Want to go over the Twitter poll results because man,
Yeah,
now
let me hear it.
351 people have voted on this. The question was, which is better, Dairy Queen tacos or Taco Bell? 36% said Dairy Queen, 25% said Taco Bell, 20% answered DQ has tacos. and 19% responded with yuck. But it's kind of funny. 357 votes now. It's like election night here at halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. Carolina Teague, thanks for being with us. We enjoy you. We'll be having more of you on halftime here in the future days and weeks to come.
I will, because I do have to get on you and Pledger for being Team Tank Turtles. That's the name that I'm going to call you guys now. You guys are the Team Tank Turtles. You guys are anti-Spurs and you want them to tank. So I would love to join you guys again on halftime to discuss that.
I am all about the tank, my lady. All about the tank right now. Let's collect these L's and get a Paro Banchero. Let's get a Jabari. Let's get a Jalen. Let's get somebody good over here, man. I'm sorry, but them going 7 through 10 ain't a good thing. I can be a Spurs fan and want a good lottery pick. You don't have to be one or the other. You don't.
You can thank
but
me.
I will debate you on this. I'll be more than happy to.
We will.
Call me a tank turtle.
Different time. This is not over yet. Bye Heroes in a Half Shell. Bye Rudy J. I'll talk to y'all later.
See ya.
All right.
Let's get some headlines. Here's Pledge with the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
We'll start things off with a little bit of breaking news as I shift my headlines. Cowboys rookie linebacker Micah Parsons has been placed on the COVID-19 list ahead of the Week 18 game against the Eagles.
This is a good thing.
We've been talking tacos? We've been talking tacos the entire time.
No. This is a great thing. You want this out of the way before the playoffs. So anybody that is vital to you, first of all, I don't want him to be sick. I don't want him, we wish Micah Parsons good health. But from what I'm no scientist, I'm no doctor. But most people seem to be recovering well. So this to me is a blessing in disguise. You would much rather have this happen in a meaningless game than next week versus whoever you're going to play.
No,
so this is a blessing in disguise.
I 100% agree with that. You don't want anyone to get COVID. That's just the thing. But as you said, that's the fear going into the playoffs. Can you imagine if Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or Dak Prescott get COVID in the playoffs, what that would do? So if it's going to happen, this is the opportune time for it to happen. But we hope he gets better, because just because he has COVID doesn't mean that he's really sick. He maybe is asymptomatic, but maybe it could be a DeJounte Murray type of thing where it might zap his energy, because for a lot of people, it takes some time to recover.
That's true.
And here's the thing. Yesterday, Micah came out and announced to the world what he thinks of himself in comparison with some of the other greats in the NFL on the defensive side of the ball.
I think I will put myself up there with the elite guys around the league. I mean, in terms of impacting the game. And, it definitely hasn't been a one-man job. I would say, the DBs helped me a lot. Be able to hold the receivers so that way I can get the pressure and the sacks and things like that. So, and I think I just do a lot of very different things on the defense that change the game. Like, I'll never just play one position. I feel like if I could just rush, I might be an 18, 20 sack guy too. If I just stayed in pass coverage, I'd be, and, run, I'd be 100 tackle guy too.
Shots fired.
And, because of my abilities, I got to own certain, certain things throughout the game. I got to own a role throughout the game so that way I can put my team in the best position to win. And sometimes it's sacrificing those extra sacks or things like that. So I think when it comes to terms like that of just impacting the game, I would definitely just put myself up there with those guys of being a defensive player.
Sounds like somebody's stating their case to be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, translation, he just said TJ Watt only rushes the passer. That's what he just said, because it's only between those two guys. What he just said was TJ Watt only rushes the passer. I do everything. And we got to give Micah some media training. He's young.
Yeah, he does.
He's still very young, and he'll get better. But we got to get Micah in front of the mic more so he can get a little bit better. But yeah, he just said I'm way better than TJ Watt. and I should win the Defensive Player of the Year. And I agree. When you look at tackles for losses, when you look at total tackles, he leads all of them in that. And it's not even debate his pass coverage abilities.
I wouldn't mind.
I agree that Parsons should win.
I wouldn't mind if Parsons won Defensive Player of the Year. I think when TJ Watt is out there with 20-plus sacks, I mean, that's a statement right there. And I know that that Parsons is saying that he's elite as well, and he does more. He's more versatile. So because of that, I don't mind it. But man, Pledge, we called it, dude. We called it over the summer. Everyone wanted Surtain, wanted J.C. Horn. And when they got Micah Parsons, Pledge and I looked at each other and said, that guy's an absolute stud. He never should have fallen that far. And we were like, man, Cowboy fans, you're going to love this pick. And man,
I was at my brother-in-law's bar that night of the draft, and I talked 4 or 5 Cowboy fans off the ledge. Because again, I wouldn't have minded them getting Horn or Surtain. Those guys are studs as well. But when Parsons fell to him, I was like, bro, you're fine.
Yeah.
Trust me. I was like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna love this guy.
And
keep in mind, this guy's doing this with a year off. He didn't play football last year.
Yeah. And keep in mind too, the fact that Micah Parsons, when they drafted him, was a 100% luxury. They already had Leighton Vander Esch. They already had, and there was the 5th-year option hadn't been declined at that point. They already had Jalen Smith signed to that long-term extension.
Right.
And they had just signed Keanu Neal to play linebacker. Like, they had a gluttony of linebackers, and they still picked Micah Parsons with that pick.
And that is why you should draft the best player available, regardless of position. If the Spurs are drafting this year, and CeeDee Lamb.
It's worked out for them. I'm just saying sometimes, like the Belichick's and the Popovich draft for who fits their system. I'm not saying that best available isn't. Hell, Rob just won the media league on auto draft. Auto draft takes the best person available.
Exactly.
So there's something to it. I'm just saying there's also the other side.
Very cool.
Yeah. So.
Headline 1.
All right, headline 1. We're going to move into the NFL with the Cincinnati Bengals, another positive COVID test. The Bengals have 4, including leading rusher Joe Mixon. Cincinnati also just recently announced that they will be sitting Joe Burrow in the finale against the Browns in Week 18.
Dude, I mean, again, you hit on the head, Michael. This thing affects everybody differently. But I wouldn't be against making Chase and Joe go spend the night in the same room with Joe Mixon and get this out of the way and be ready for the playoffs. No, I'm serious, man. I'm serious because there's gonna be some playoff games ruined because of this. And that sucks for everybody, especially for them. I mean, you work so hard in the offseason, you work so hard all your life to get to this point. And especially like, let's say you're not even you're just stuffy, and you can't catch a negative.
That's
a
certainty.
Catch a negative, and you're out of the playoffs. Then you're out of the playoffs. So I might. I mean, if I'm a team right now that I can't do any better this week, I might go herd immunity and get ready for the playoffs. But again, you can't do that because it may affect you in a horrible way, and you get sick and never recover, or God forbid, you could pass away. So you can't do that. But I would hate to see somebody work this hard and miss playoffs, but we're going to see it.
If I was a betting man, which I am, I would say that this is going to impact the playoffs. There will be a big name out.
Oh, it will, for sure.
It's almost a near certainty.
Sure.
Joe Mixon, though, again, this is the opportune time to get COVID because he can bounce back and be ready for the playoffs. But the dude's had 292 carries. He needs a little bit of rest, dude.
Great point.
292 carries is a huge workload. And I have been Derrick Henry-esque. I've been a big fan of the Bengals this year. I've been saying it for the last 4 or 5 weeks that I think that's that one team in the AFC that no one wants to play because they've got the quarterback with big game experience. They've got a stud receiver. They've got a stud running back.
They got 3 stud receivers. You do not discount what T. Higgins is, and also Tyler Boyd playing out of the slot. They've got a trio.
Yep. People have forgotten about Higgins because there's only one ball.
Yeah.
But be clear, Higgins is a stud as well.
Oh, he
Boyd
proved
is
it.
taking over the second, but Higgins is a stud. And if you try to focus too much on chasing and Boyd, Higgins can light you up as well, for
And
sure. Players.
anybody in the fantasy football playoffs knows that Higgins is a stud because he likely got you there because they went to him a lot down the stretch when Jamar Chase was being shut down.
Headline 0.
All right, let's go to the NBA, or the association as it's called, where Russell Westbrook had his first turnover-free game since 2016 as the Lakers outlast the Sacramento Kings 122-114 last night. Westbrook snapped a personal streak of 407 straight games with a turnover that dates back to March 14th of 2016 when he played for then the Oklahoma City Thunders. LA also had a season low 5 turnovers against Sacramento, the fewest the franchise has posted in a game since 2014. Thank you, ESPN Stats and Info.
Congrats to Russell Westbrook. You know, obviously that's good. The Lakers won. They need him to play better for them to win. But is there a more overrated player in the NBA the past 20 years than that guy, Russell Westbrook? He's just a stat machine, but he's completely overrated because nothing he does results in wins.
That's a hot take, Joe. Bengals offense is what the Cowboys are supposed to be consistently. This is what I'll say. I hope this teaches Russ, because they got the win last night. I hope this teaches Russ when he values the basketball, they're going to be they're a better team. That's what this should show him, because clearly he was upset about all the ridicule he's taking. I can turn it over. I can miss shots. It's a part of the game. Clearly it bothered him. It got to him. And so you know what he went into last night doing? I want to show y'all that I can protect the ball if I so choose. Wow, we won? Wow, we only turned it over 5 times? If the light bulb doesn't go off for him after seeing what happened last night when he protects the ball, I don't know if it ever will. Now, will I say he's the most overrated player in the last 20 years? No, we disagree there. Are the stats overrated? Yes, but is he just the most overrated player in the last 20 years? No, that's harsh, Mike. You're hard. You're a tough crowd.
Oh
bro.
Man, it is what it is, man. He has very little hardware unless that other than the MVP, which again was all about stuffing the stats.
Yeah.
God, Mike Bayless going hard today.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go in there and just push you during the break, man. Jesus.
Mike,
That's the 411 and a 210.
is that what he calls you? Have I been missing that?
Oh yeah,
Is that your nickname?
He's been calling me that for the past few weeks or so. And the first time he saw, the first time I looked at him and gave him the look of the audacity.
The audacity.
But the reason I won't go Bayless on you, because I feel like you mean it.
I
Like,
do
feel
mean
like-
it. There's
I feel
no.
like Skip just plays up to where he knows he can get the most hate comments, and comments don't matter. Comments don't matter as long as you're getting them.
Let's
And
debate
Skip
this.
understands that.
Let's debate this on the other side, because
Okay.
there's some story to be said about this. By the way, on the other side, the Spurs are back in action tonight, taking on the Boston Celtics. Lost 4 in a row after last night's loss. It's feeling more and more like the season is slipping away. And at the press conference last night, Pop abruptly ended it. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs will be with us when we come back. And also at 1:30, giving a review, finally, 40 years later, of Scarface.
Mike, 1 week unfollowed on Twitter. This review better be on point, or I'm gonna have to unfollow you for 1 week.
Well, we'll see then.
I'm kidding.
We'll
I'm
see.
not-
You'll be saying hello to my little review later. This is halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's time to get your hoops on. The NBA season is off to a fast start.
North, south, east, west. Step back for 3. Bang, got it.
The courts are firing with board busting and rim wrecking in your face balling.
Deep 3 straight away. Oh, we got another one.
And we got it all covered. Everything a fan like you wants, and then some.
Hammers the right hand, Doug.
Get the latest on your game on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close, we were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Peloton is ringing in the new year with so much new. With the Peloton Bike, you get access to new classes, new music, and artist series. Get ready for fast, fun workouts with Peloton Boxing. They've also got new artist series. There are more than 100 artist series classes to pick from. For a limited time, experience it all with a $550 value offer on the Peloton Bike Plus, including $300 off the Bike Plus and free setup and delivery. A $250 value. Terms apply.
Find your next amazing getaway at the South Texas RV Super Sale. Hundreds of RVs, every shape and size. Small pop-up campers to spacious motorhomes, toy haulers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and more from South Texas' best dealers. RVing will change your life. Fall in love with the unexpected joy of the No Limits RV lifestyle. Check out a free seminar. Never stop looking for your next big adventure. Discover RVing at the South Texas RV Super Sale, Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall, January 6th through the 9th. Doors open at 10 a.m.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and three-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today. 571-0318.
The best seat in the house is on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The national championship is set as Alabama will face Georgia for the College Football National Championship. Kickoff is set for 7 Monday night right here on the San Antonio Sports Star. It all starts at 6 after the Blitz with the pregame. And correct me if I'm wrong, Pledge, pregame's going to be at the Rue Pub. Jason Minnick's out there with Joe Reinagel.
Yeah, Jason and Joe, first live remote Monday for the national championship. Georgia, Bama, Rue Pub. Meet them out there 4 to 7.
So there will be a Jason Minnick sighting.
There will be a Joe
Reinagel sighting. Will there be a Pledge sighting?
Yeah, afterwards.
And if I can get permission from my wifey, there'll be a Michael Jimenez sighting as well. But
I mean,
Michael,
I'm gonna be here, but as soon as the show's over, boom, I'm out there.
I'm all good, dude. I'll be out there. Hey, welcome back to Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. We go till 2 o'clock. We do sports, pop culture, nostalgia. I like to say it's all the bar talk without the alcohol. Joining us now is Jeff Garcia from Ken's 5 and Locked On Spurs. Spurs lost last night 129-104 to the Toronto Raptors in front of about, 500, 1,000 people out there. Spurs have lost 4 in a row. The season slowly slipping away, kind of, sort of. They're a game away from the 10th spot and about a game away from being a top 5 potential pick. What a weird season this has been so far. But what did you take out of last night's game?
Oh, man, they got curb stomped, didn't they? That was fun. That was fun to watch. My goodness. No effort. No, turning the ball over, letting Van Vliet go loose for 30-plus points. Can't even control the boards. Keldon is a no-show. Chemistry's off. Different lineups out there. Yeah, what do you expect? They're going to get curb stomped by the Raptors. Hey, real quick, Michael Mendes, I know you mentioned this is pop culture. I just want to verify with pleasure. But you got the Peter Quill jacket going on?
He's listening to that video you sent him.
Oh, all right, fine. Well, he'll definitely answer that later. But no, they just looked like just a team without 3 of their best players. Basically, is what it came down to.
Now, Rudy J's here with us as well. You mentioned Fred Van Vliet. Van Vliet, what type? I mean, Rudy, when you watch Van Vliet play, who does he remind you of anybody? I mean, because watching him out there, he was undrafted, comes out there and is now averaging over 20 points per game. I'm watching that game last night thinking to myself, God, I wish the Spurs had a player just like that.
He reminds me of Jameer Nelson with a better 3 ball.
Ooh.
It reminds me of Jameer Nelson. We can keep in mind, they did go to the finals in 2009. Turkoglu, Dwight Howard. So Jameer could play. Jameer went to a Final Four at St. Joe's, but I think he's a little bigger, and I think he has a better 3 ball. And due to the fact that he's a champion, he's not afraid of the moment. Again, Clay got hurt and Kevin Durant got hurt, but he did go toe-to-toe with Steph Curry, didn't back down. And he was a big part of why they were willing to part ways with Kyle Lowry. So I love Van Vliet's game. And he looks like Drake in Canada. That's a great thing.
No, I mean, he had a huge game last night. He was just knocking down.
But I don't think he does that if DeJounte's playing, because DeJounte's going to go back at him, zapping some of that energy to put up the 33, 34 points he had. But again, I don't think you should get beat by 25 because you're down by 3 players. And that's why Pop's frustration came in with Keldon. And I think we're all frustrated with Keldon. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was going to bring this up. I had a chance to talk to Bryn Forbes about this team when they lose or when they win. And he summed it up to me perfectly. I think this is the explanation of what happened last night. He said, this is a team, Jeff, that gets too emotional. When we're down, it's we're down. We're down. How are we going to dig ourselves out of this? Look at the numbers. They don't have to ask me. Look at the stats. Numbers don't lie. The Spurs are winless if they're trailing after the 3rd quarter. Home or away. It don't matter. They can be down 1 point. They are just going to lose. And they get too high. Rudy, you heard this before. What did Pop say in the past? They cannot play after a win when they get too high. That's just part of a young.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Here's the thing, though. If they're getting too emotional, are they taking that from their leader?
What are you seeing from Keldon right now? It looks like he's going through a rough patch.
Keldon's not playing well.
End of session.
I mean, you speak about emotion. Pop kind of wears them on his sleeve in most press conferences.
No, you know what, though? I think Pop's done a good job of bottling his emotion. I think over the past, I want to say 4 years, you haven't seen Pop really cursing people out. And, Pop, I've seen emotional Pop. He's been patient with this young team. So I don't think it's that. I just feel like this young team, as Jeff pointed out, they haven't learned to deal with adversity. They haven't.
Exactly.
And they haven't, and in the beginning of the season, keep in mind, they were losing big leads. That's a part of being young. So I think it's all in a big pot of gumbo of youngsters that are still trying to figure this all out.
We saw it last year, Rudy and Michael. Whenever they were in the bind, like just take, for example, the last night's game against Toronto.
Okay.
Oh, it's good to have a guy named DeMar DeRozan roll the ball, too, and let him do his thing. Rudy Gay, let him do his thing. They don't have that security blanket anymore, so it's on them. And this is just part of their learning process. And shock everybody, they're going to see this happen again as the season goes on. They're going to get curse stopped again.
Now there were some
exact same thing. Yeah,
there were some bright spots last night though that I like. First of all, Jakob Poeltl, he looked more aggressive offensively. I have not seen him dunk so often as he's had the past couple of weeks.
It's the team that traded him. It's the team that traded him.
But
You always want to go
game.
ham again. I know, but you always want to go ham against the team that traded you.
And so Jakob
playing like a top 10 pick that he is.
He had 19 points, 12 rebounds.
right.
He was 9 for 13 shooting. Devin Vassell, very aggressive in the first half, had 15 points, but all 15 were in the first half. Joe Wieskamp came to play, 3 for 5 from 3. He had 13 points, and Joshua Primo got some run, 28 minutes on the court.
Josh had the only fans there were Josh's family.
Yeah. His family was allowed to go in. Yeah.
Sean Elliott had a great line. He was saying, "Why is the PA announcer announcing this game? Because there's nobody in the stands."
Yeah, no, but all in all, look, nobody should be surprised they got beat the way they did. I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I expected this going into this game versus Toronto. The good news is Murray is back, so that'll help somewhat, but they're still down Lonnie Walker and Doug McDermott. We'll see how they play against Boston, who they're 1-0 against this season.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. Do you, in your covering of this team now and covering Keldon for the last few years, is he what's his response on the court going to be to how Pop called him out? What type of guy is Keldon? Because there's some guys where you have to be like, hey man, it's all right, you're doing a good job. And then there's some guys that you can do how Pop did them. And you covering them, how do you feel like Keldon responds tonight versus Jaylen Brown versus,
Jason Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, yeah. Those are some guys that he's supposed to guard and go head up against.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be good. He rebounds pretty well. Look, he's just having a little slump. I mean, Jason Tatum went through a slump this season.
He did.
What KJ is going through right now. It happens to NBA players, and they will snap out of it. But Rudy, Mike, I think I was trying to remember, like, when was the last time Pop went like that on a player? The only thing I can think of is Lonnie Walker. Remember that game where he played like all out, and then early in his career, and then everybody was eager to talk with Pop about Lonnie's play, and Pop says
he shut it down.
No, he played with no competitiveness.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Lonnie moving forward. So
yeah,
it's just one of those mind games that Pop does with these young kids. But you look at Keldon's pedigree. I mean, I think he'll be fine. You look at his shift to Clutch Sports recently, and one of the reasons why he says, because I am arriving. I've arrived. I'm here. So he thinks big. He's talking the big talk. Let's see if he's going to walk the walk now.
Now, again, you mentioned that DeJounte will be back tonight.
Yeah, he will
against
be
the
back
Celtics.
tonight.
Now, speaking of the Celtics, I wanted to know about Rudy J's best friend, Jaylen Brown, who he became best friends with at Nobu down at Oxnard at training camp.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So he just went for 50 in a win a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
What do you expect him to do tonight?
Wearing DeJounte Murray's Fiesta shoes, by the way.
Indeed.
Oh, he is. That's right. You're right. I saw that.
So Spurs. Go ahead.
Me or Rudy?
No. Can they stop
sorry.
Rudy J's best friend?
Jeff.
Again, me or
okay.
I'm asking you.
Okay, asking Jeff Garcia. What's gonna take to stop Jaylen Brown from going off for 50 points? By the way, tonight Celtics coming in at 18 and 19. The Spurs are 14 and 22.
It's all good.
Spurs have lost 4 games in a row. Tip-off is at 6:30, but the key to stopping the Celtics team kind of begins and ends with Jaylen Brown sometimes. What is it going to take to stop him?
Yeah, you're going to have kind of a gang defense on him and throw different looks at him. I'm throwing Keldon at him. I'm throwing Derek White at him. I'm clogging that paint. This guy is just known to explode. But he's not, I mean, again, like as much as he's going to be a problem for San Antonio, Jason Tatum's going to be a problem for San Antonio. They're back healthy, guys. Tatum should be back versus San Antonio tonight. And guess what? Jason Tatum is, I believe, the second best player in the fourth quarter in total points scored in the NBA. And he's a known Spurs killer. He's starting to become that. How many times have you seen him go against San Antonio and just explode for like 50 stuff? Didn't he drop a 50 burger on us, Rudy?
Well, that was last year. We were up on them 29 points at the half, and then he went crazy. Yeah, that was last season.
Yeah, he went nuts.
And tonight's also a test of it's a contest between Pop and Ime Udoka.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm sure they have, if they can, I don't know the protocols, but I'm sure they might share a little dinner, a little steak, or if they did already.
Very cool. Again,
but Ime doesn't drink. That's the only thing Pop said he didn't like about Ime. He said the only thing I don't like about Ime, he doesn't drink. Yeah, he doesn't drink.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's cool.
If you married Nia Long, you don't have many problems.
No, man, you're good. Neil Long is amazing. Hey, Spurs again back in action tonight against the Celtics. 6:30 tip-off. Celtics favored by 7.5. Spurs have lost 4 in a row. That was Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5.
Pleasure.
Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, because Locked On Spurs, every day, man, he has some sort of content when it comes to the Spurs. Hey, speaking of the Spurs,
Jeff is first. Let me give his flowers. He's awesome.
He is.
He's awesome at what he does. That's why I was eager to pick his brain. That was good stuff.
You know, normally we have a rundown as to what we're going to talk about the next segment, but I just noticed The Athletic just released a mock draft. Who they have the Spurs taking kind of intrigued me a little bit. So we're going to talk about that on the other side.
Okay, that's a good tease. I like it.
Also,
yes, go ahead.
I think Rudy J owes you a story of how he and Jaylen Brown became best friends at Nova.
Let's do that. 1:30 Scarface review. This is halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
We've got this bowl, that bowl, and this bowl over here. It's bowl season. Let's get activated. Catch the 2021 bowl season presented by Ewok Kubota on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The San Antonio Spurs lost their 4th game in a row, 129-104 to the Raptors last night. Spurs 2021 12th overall pick Josh Primo played his first NBA game in his home country of Canada and provided a spark off the bench for 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. The Spurs will try to snap their losing streak tonight in Boston with hopes that leading scorer and assist man DeJounte Murray can make his return to action tonight. Tip-off is at 6:30. Also in the Texas NBA world, the Rockets are taking on the Wizards in D.C. at 6 o'clock. And the Mavericks will host the Golden State Warriors. The Dallas Cowboys are designating tight end Blake Jarwin from the injured reserve, potentially being able to activate him anytime within the next 3 weeks. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that non-contact thermometers are not accurate. They also have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Highlighting female entrepreneurs. Sponsored by Indeed. Here's a new job title, Pet Nanny. Sue Murphy will fly a dog you adopted out of state to you for $500 plus airfare.
The minute I get the puppy, I'm in contact with my clients with pictures and videos. It's not like a real job. I just love it.
Looking for quality candidates this new year? Look no further than Indeed. Our new video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitrol, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine that little blue pill on steroids. Noxitrol is so powerful. That's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitrol free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitrol dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
To get a free bottle of Noxitrol, call 800-844-9465. That's 800-844-9465. Free bottles for limited time. So call now, 800-844-9465. 800-844-9465.
How do I know this check's gonna clear? Is your money any good? I heard about you guys like that. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. We've already bought $1 billion worth of your used cars in 2021. $1 billion with a B. That means we do what we say we're gonna do when we say we're gonna do it. And our money's good. And our transaction's good. We've got our stuff together. 1,000 to 100 grand, we're all over it. Where? Only at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Small businesses are the backbone of America. Yet when it comes to workers' comp insurance, you rarely get the savings you deserve. That's because insurance companies tend to lump you in with other businesses, and you could get overcharged. At Pi Insurance, we're on a mission to change that. With Pi, you get a quote specific to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. If you like savings, take 3 minutes to see how much you could save at trypi.com. Pi makes workers' comp insurance as easy as pie, with friendly representatives just a call away. No wonder customers rate our service excellent on Trustpilot. You work hard to build your business and keep your employees safe. You deserve more from your workers' comp provider. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote today at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2501 package deal, which includes a 4-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
1, 2, 3.
Live and local sports talk to get you out the door. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
San Antonio's home for sports talk is right here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Monster Jam comes to the Alamo Dome on January 15th and 16th. You can win tickets all week right here on the San Antonio Sports Star. Tickets and information available at monsterjam.com. Welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. My name is Michael Jimenez, joined by Rudy J. You know, Carolina T was on earlier, upset, saying that I'm part of Team Tank because I want the Spurs to get the best.
Tank Turtle.
Tank Turtle. I'll take it, baby. I'm Michelangelo. I'll take it. Because I want the Spurs to get good players, man. We need to build through the draft because I don't care how much cap space the Spurs have. We never get a good free agent. It just doesn't happen.
Does that make me Leonardo?
That does.
The leader of Team Tank?
Ooh, interesting.
Tank Turtle.
So the Athletic.
I would be Raphael.
There you go. All we need is a Donatello, and we're all set. Rob Thompson Splinter. But so 2 mock drafts came out today because again, I'm dreaming of the Spurs getting a top 8 pick, maybe a top 6 pick. I would love that. But 2 names that were entered out there that came out on mock drafts today.
Okay.
Bleacher Report has the Spurs taking Keegan Murray, a power forward from Iowa who has averaged 30 points a game the last 4 games. An NBA Draft Room has the Spurs taking Kendall Brown, small forward of Baylor, who is shooting 72% from 2-pointers this year because all he does is just dunk the ball repeatedly. But it's kind of interesting. I know we talked earlier about whether you draft for a need or the best player, but I think in the NBA, you kind of have to go with the best player, right?
Yeah. NBA, you have to. But the thing about it is that's perfect because, I mean, they need the size, but they need someone that can score. Is this an athletic guy? Is this a guy that I can play high pick and roll? He roll to the basket and dunk on people's heads?
Yeah. Well,
okay. That's the type of power forward I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the big bruiser power forward.
You don't want to.
He's getting 30, but I like the Clint Capellas, the Christian Woods, the new age power forward where I don't have to run plays for you, but you still rebound, you still play defense, you can hit free throws, make a mid-range here and there, but I need the high-flying athletic type power forward.
So no LaMarcus 2.0. But here's the thing. NBA Draft Room has a great comparison of every athlete that's available, every player that's available. So right now, they believe that the number one player is not Paolo Banchero. They believe Jabari Smith of Auburn would go number one. And they compare him to Rashard Lewis.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, here's the thing. Y'all did bring up that Magic team with Jameer Nelson back in the day.
He was on that, right?
Williams was Lewis was a part of that.
H-Town, but see, Pledge is biased because that's H-Town.
Now,
Rashad is H-Town.
Stretch 4.
Let me give you the top 10 comparisons real fast.
Okay.
Paolo
Okay, go
Banchero is compared to Chris Webber and Blake Griffin. Chet Holmgren is compared to, they call it Dirk Nowitzki light with Marcus Camby defense.
Stop it.
Jaden Ivey of Purdue
go ahead.
is considered to be a cross between Dwayne Wade and Josh Richardson. Jalen Duren of Memphis center. They say that he's the next Dwight Howard.
Which one's Michael Jordan mixed in with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I'll take that one, right? He'll go 3 behind Sam Bowie. Jaden Hardy of the G League Ignite is considered to be a cross between James Harden and Ray Allen.
He's a problem. I like him a lot.
A power forward from Serbia named Nikola Jovic is the 7th ranked person coming out in the draft right now. Billy Owens.
Isn't he on the Nuggets?
Compared to, that close, right? He's compared to 2 old school names. This is what intrigued me about this article. Okay. Billy Owens and Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers.
Come on, Athletic. Y'all are reaching. Like, come on, just go ahead, Michael.
And then Kendall Brown, who they had the Spurs going after, is considered to be a comparison to Corey Maggette. 2 other ones, Benedict Mathurin, Quentin Richardson, and then Keegan Murray, who we talked about as well, that the Athletic says the Spurs should go after, is Obi Toppin.
I like Obi. Obi's coming into his own with the Knicks. How tall is this kid that you said they got the Spurs taking? Does it say? If it doesn't say, I apologize.
Yeah, so the power forward is 6'8", 215, which is Keegan Murray out of Iowa. And the other guy, Kendall Brown, the small forward out of Baylor, is 6'6", 205.
Okay.
Says versatile player who brings it on both ends of the court, elite above the rim athlete with court athleticism, and is a world-class defender. High lottery upside. Kendall Brown. All right, I'm going to buy into that, okay? This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. Hey, we have another hour of halftime to go. We have that story that we need to get into with you involving Jaylen Brown.
It's real quick.
It's a real quick story. Okay, when we come back, we're talking Cowboys. Don't know if you heard the breaking news. Micah Parsons is out because of COVID. Big story coming up. And we're going to have Quinn Hudson, host of the Sunday Sports Grill, host of the Fantasy Gods. He will be on with us at 1:05 because he's a Spurs fan. We got to get that. I mean, we got to get the pulse of a Cowboys fan out there. Also doing a review of Scarface at 1:30. This is halftime. Join us for the other hour on ESPN San Antonio, 1250 AM and 94.5 FM.
Listeners of the Paul Feinbaum Show come from all parts of the South.
And I live in the mountains.
They're passionate about the SEC.
I've been drinking a little beer this afternoon, and I've got the feeling that we're going to beat Georgia by 3.
They're a rowdy bunch.
Woo! Yeah, Pig, do it!
And they're the most honest people you will ever meet.
Yeah, do like me. I've given up women and turned to porn.
There's nothing like the SEC.
Talk SEC with Paul Feinbaum. Weekdays 2 to 4. San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
America's best high school football players are coming to Texas. It's the All-American Bowl on Saturday, January 8th at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Trevor Lawrence, Ezekiel Elliott, and Micah Parsons played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the best of the best at the All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by H-E-B. 2 exciting games for $10 in the lower bowl. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Have you ever wondered why eyeglasses cost so much? The eyewear industry has been dominated by a single company that's kept prices artificially high.
Yikes.
Warby Parker was created to change that. They design and produce their own eyewear. and then sell it directly to you for a fraction of the price. Warby Parker's high-quality glasses start at just $95, including your prescription. Try 5 pairs of frames for free. Go to warbyparker.com to pick your 5 frames to try on at home for free. That's warbyparker.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Jason Minix here for Garageization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Deep breath.
Mi's virtual meditation studio has never been busier.
Imagine not working.
They need a remote assistant to realign their scheduling.
Blank calendar. Sorry, back to your breath.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Make calls, schedule virtual interviews, and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Michael Jimenez.
Halftime.
Yes, sir. Hour number 2. Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. We're on the go at sasportstar.com. Hour number 2, sports, pop culture, nostalgia. Wednesday means we do movie reviews, and it also means Rudy J gets to play with me. What's going on, Rudy J?
Whoa. What up, man? Happy to be here, man. This is easy work. This easy money.
Dude.
So happy to be here. Only thing I hate I wasn't in studio to do the taste test with you guys, but you and Pledge make this so easy for me, so it's not a problem at all. Happy to be here.
Now, next Wednesday, we should just carpool because we live pretty much right next to each other. And
we should take turns.
One of the things that we've been talking about here on Halftime is that I joined a cult over the weekend.
The CrossFit.
Yeah. So we live in the same neighborhood. I know that you've been working out a lot and you've been doing some lifting. Will you do a class with me at CrossFit? Because they will offer a free one.
Yes. I never back away from a challenge. I'll do it.
So we're going to have 2 cultists?
Well, keep in mind, my wife was a part of that cult for almost 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, my wife was my wife was at Lone Star for forever. She loved it. I went to a couple classes. I liked it, but I just went in a different direction. But my wife loved it. She loved CrossFit. She was in like some of the best shape she's ever been in, actually. She was right before our wedding, so she was like on point.
Yeah, my wife is part of the Camp Gladiator cult, and she does that like 4 or 5 times a week. So she's into that. I wanted to get a class in. So my fitness goals for the year was to jog 400 miles on the Map My Run app, and then also to do 100 classes of something. I've done 3 CrossFit classes in the last 4 days or 5 days. And tonight I'm going back. Some changes. I sent that photo to our group text and you were like, dude, that's going to change you. That's next level stuff.
It's because it's like running. Yeah. Like you'll be in shape. You'll have great heart. You'll have low blood pressure. You're going to lose weight. But with CrossFit, you're still going to lose that weight, but you're going to cut the fat. The muscles that you forgot you had are going to start showing. it just gives you something like that type of training gives you your body a look that just running cannot achieve. I'm not saying stop running, but that CrossFit, man, it's different, especially, with you already have the discipline at the kitchen, because the kitchen is 90% of it.
Yeah.
So if your discipline's on point in the kitchen and you combine that with CrossFit, you're going to look amazing, man. So I would just tell you, trust the process and stick with it.
I'm looking forward to that CrossFit selfie with Rudy J.
Oh, yeah, man. We got to go get it in. I'll go with you.
Very cool, man. Hey, this show goes till 2:00. James Pledger producing the show, downing some Dairy Queen ice cream right now. Good times, man. We had our taco test earlier today. He liked it, but he still prefers Jack in the Box, which is sacrilegious, man. I don't like it at all, man. That Jack in the Box taco is awful. But welcome back to the show. It is Wednesday.
Jack in the Box is a state of mind.
Does Quinn like Jack in the Box?
You know what? Let's get Quinn in on this conversation
Does
here.
he like it?
Because
I got a couple questions for Quinn. I found out some things about him that I got to ask him about.
Very nice. Well, Quinn Hudson is the host of the Sunday Sports Grill. He's also one of the fantasy gods as well. We want to bring him in today because it's one of those things. Because first of all, dude, he's the Cowboy fan who says that it's our year. Every year. Every time I ask him, not even saying hello, I just go, dude, is it your year?
That guy?
Is it the Cowboys' year? So I want to bring him on at least once a week during the playoff push because the pulse of the fan. This has got to be an awful year for the Cowboy fan right now because a very good record. But right now, if you had said before the year started that the Cowboys would have the record they have now, I think Cowboy fans would have taken it. But the way that it has transpired, though, I think a lot of Cowboy fans have been disillusioned the past few weeks, are unsure about this team going into the playoffs. So I'd like to talk to Quinn Hudson about this now. Quinn, you with us today?
What is up, Michael?
Okay, before
what's happening?
Before we get going, is it the Cowboys' year?
It absolutely is our year. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, when you think about it, our receiving core might rival any trio in the NFL.
No Gallup.
Back outside of Cleveland, we might have the best 1-2 running back duo. Now, our defense, although we do have, certainly, we've got the pass rushers and we also have the secondary, there is some smoke and mirrors on that. So I'm a realist as a Cowboys fan. I recognize that the only quality quarterback that we really beat is Justin Herbert. And they may not even make the playoffs if they don't win out on Sunday. I mean, we did beat Mac Jones, but that's a rookie and against the Patriots. So but right now, our defense has benefited on our teams that have been decimated with injury and have subpar quarterback play. That's really what the defense has done. But the problem with the Cowboys are two things, and it's not Dak Prescott. The problem with the Dallas Cowboys is Kellen Moore is overrated. They need to stop this conversation about him being this offensive guru, because anybody's been watching Cowboys for the past decade or so. This reminds me of when Wade Phillips was the coach. And Jason Garrett, and it wasn't Wade Phillips. He was not the issue. It was the offense. But they fired Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator, basically, who was the head coach, and then anointed Jason Garrett as this genius, self-proclaimed Princeton genius of offense that we never saw in his old time being there. So I'm going to come down off my soapbox to say this. The offensive line is not who they used to be, and Dak is having to get the ball out quick. He has trust issues with that offensive line. We have free rushers all the time. So there's a lot going on with this offense, and Kellen does not make adjustments. And if you guys have been watching it, you see week in and week out, these defenses are keying in on the Cowboys. You can see them jumping routes, basically pre-snap reads, knowing what the play is, whether it's a slant run to the left, right. And this is Kellen's inability to adjust to that.
A couple of corrections. Philly runs the ball better than anybody in the league. Green Bay, Dillon and Aaron Jones are better than Pollard and Zeke. Tennessee without Derrick Henry is better than Pollard and Zeke. Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor by himself is better than Pollard and Zeke.
Wow.
So San Francisco has a better running offense. And this is just black and white facts than Pollard and Zeke. But
none of those teams held the 45 yards.
Hold on. Now, Rudy, I understand why you say that, because absolutely stats matter. So you're absolutely right. What I'm saying, as I predicated, the issue with Pollard and with Zeke is the offensive line. It's not the quality of the running back tandem. I said duo, not necessarily on productivity. So because the offensive line has not been what they need to be, that is what has undercut the strength of that running back duo, which is why the Cowboys go away from running the ball, because they can't get the yards per rush because our line is getting manhandled.
I'm proud. I'm glad that you brought up Kellen, because I feel like he's going unscathed in all of this, and he has a tech mobile offense. It is 3 or 4 plays, and it is what it is. So I'm glad you brought that up. Go ahead, Jimenez.
Oh, and Budda Baker almost had a pick 6 to start the game against the Cowboys on Sunday. Right. It was one of those things where he knew that it was going to be a wide receiver screen. He just dropped that pass. But when it comes to the Cowboys, I mean, we mentioned all these different running back tandems that are better than Zeke and Pollard. My Saints with Kamara and Mark Ingram, I'd rather have that.
First of all, we're not talking about the 8-8 teams.
Rex Burkhead and David Johnson.
Well, David Johnson.
I get why the Cowboys running back tandem deserves to fall back into the pack, because the productivity just hasn't been there.
How many 1,000-yard rushers are they going to have this year in 17 games?
How many what?
1,000-yard rushers will the Cowboys have in 17 games?
Okay, you're right. They probably won't. But listen, let's be honest. We've had games where we've only rushed the ball 11 times. You can't blame the running back that's not even getting the touches, right? That goes back to the offensive coordinator and Dak checking out of run plays, right? So that still falls back. I mean, the running backs can only get with opportunities present themselves.
Well,
so I get it.
Zeke has 915. Zeke has 915 to be fair. So if he gets 85 yards, he'll have 1,000
in 17 games.
I'm not this. Yeah, this. I already felt like even in a 16-game season, that 1,000-yard rushes, when you average it out, really is a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
Right. That's just me. If you're talking about elite running back play, but in a 17-week, if Zeke even gets 100 yards, to me that's a yawner, because I will feel like there would have been games we would have needed that. We would have needed that productivity, not in week 17, but in games where we needed to establish some move the sticks, and we didn't get it done. I want 2 things to anybody who's listening right now. I want you guys to think about these 2 things. If you notice against the Phoenix game, they were playing the 2 deep safeties, and they were not bringing them up into the box. And it was because that front 4 was able to still disrupt the Cowboys' attempts to run the ball, even when they had 5-on-4. The Cowboys could not get a push when they had 5 blockers against 4 down linemen, and that allowed Phoenix to be creative with their safeties and bring corners and come up, because they knew basically the front 4 was manhandling the Dallas's front. And on the defensive side, I love my boy Diggs. I love him. But when you realize that Phoenix did not have their best receiver out there, and really one could argue they didn't have the best running back either, to me, these are problematic issues, because we love his aggressiveness and his ball hawking skills to go after the ball. But there's certain times as a defender, you got to play the man and not the ball.
No. Well, okay. First of all, I don't like people wanting to change Diggs in the 9th inning. Like, you got to live with who he is. Like, the person he is a big reason why they have this 11-5 record, because he got Dak Prescott by himself 11 extra possessions. So I don't want to change it, but what I want to ask you, Quinn, is, are you comfortable after what you saw, if you have to play Arizona again, which it looks like that may be the case, but you never know. It's crazy. It's NFL, it's Sunday, it's COVID, injuries, what people sitting out, who knows how this plays out. They may end up in the 2 seed and end up playing Philly. But if they face Arizona again, Kyler Murray 9-0 in Texas Stadium, are you comfortable saying that Dallas comes away with the win?
No, I am not. I'm not. I actually like the Cowboys against Philly better in that matchup, just because I like the defense against Hurts and the fact that the Philly is going to run the ball. I feel like the Cowboys having a more predictive offensive style, that defense plays better against that type of offense. Arizona is very unpredictable, both from the quarterback play. They can run the ball, they can extend plays, and then they've got receiver tandems that basically are playmakers on all 3 of them. So to me, that's dangerous. I don't like the matchup for the Cowboys against Arizona at all. And I think last Sunday showed just how vulnerable we truly are. Of course, it's our year because we have all the pieces to win. We have all the pieces to win. but
It's their year. I just don't like most of our matchups in the playoffs.
That is Quinn Hudson, host of the Sunday Sports Grill and resident Cowboys homer. Jonathan C. on YouTube says, y'all woke up and chose violence against Quinn. You all need to stop.
I'm just trying to get his gout going.
Yeah, exactly.
And before you leave, Quinn, before you leave, I had no idea, bro. I had no idea that you were a TikTok star, bro. Like I just got on there maybe about 2 months ago, Pledge, and I'm scrolling through my timeline and you pop up. I go to your page. You're at, I don't know, you might be at 16,000 now. I had no idea that you had it popping like that on TikTok, man. Props to you on that again, because we're in the business where social media does matter. Like we can't sit around and act like old men in rocking chair and act like social media doesn't matter and like we're cooler than that and we're above it. We're not. We all need it. You're a radio host. I'm a radio host. Social media matters. So I just want to give you your flowers on building that type of TikTok fan base, man. It's not easy.
I appreciate it. I actually started out being just a TikTok watcher, viewer.
That's what I am right now. That's what I am right now. I'm kind of scared to like let go. Like I have ideas, but I'm scared to put myself out there like that. But yeah, so
you have no idea what's in my draft. My draft inbox. there's a lot of stuff that didn't make the cutting floor, but there's ideas that I just haven't completely flushed out, and I'm glad I didn't.
Now,
them, but
how long does it take for you to come up with your TikTok to film it, to post it? I mean, come on, because that doesn't look like it's a stream of conscious type of thing going on, man.
Well, I think you guys it's relatable to you guys because y'all love nostalgia and pop culture, right? And so like my last video that I posted, I ran across on my For You page, it was a demonstration on how to take a gun from someone that was pointing him at you, right? So I was like, are you kidding me? Like this guy's literally like giving the step-by-step on how to turn and dodge the shot if it's fired and then turn and like Steven Seagal, like take the pistol. And so immediately I thought of a funny, bit. And so I took the same footage and then just edited myself with the oil painting filter on TikTok and played the soundtrack from the movie Ghost and put myself as Patrick Swayze as a ghost scene after I had reached for the pistol. Obviously a failed attempt at trying to take a pistol from someone. That all took about 10 minutes in thought.
10 minutes in thought, but execution of it all, though, man, that's got to take some time.
That probably was about an hour and a half of editing, though.
And does your girl just look at you the entire time going, dude, get off TikTok, man. We've got some TV to watch.
Yes, and I actually have incorporated her into a couple of trends, and believe me, Caroline is so not. She's not that person. Like that's not her thing at all. Like to be vulnerable like that, that's not her thing.
Now, are you out of the doghouse? Because Caroline had you in the doghouse, and I don't know if Rudy, if you were on during the show.
It was a setup.
Yeah, we were talking about being a wingman, and he said something to the effect. He said something to. Okay, let me ask you this, Rudy J. Can you are a married man, can you be a wingman for one of your single dudes?
Hell no. Are you crazy?
Okay, hold on.
And I married a Latina. You're trying
oh
to
my
get
God.
me stabbed.
Okay. Well, now hold on a sec. My fiance is half black and half German. If that don't wake up and have violence in the bloodline, I don't know what does. But this is what I'm
your
saying.
wife could sneak a gun through the airport. The Germans have them plastic guns. They have them plastic guns like Die Hard.
Oh my gosh. Listen, context matters, Michael. We said the context was, as a wingman, all I would be doing was running interference so that my friend could get one-on-one time. So it wasn't like I was going to play it out for the evening.
That's being wingman. I mean, didn't you just describe being the wingman? I mean, running the pick and roll right there. You set the screen. Come on, man.
I take the charge. The hard foul.
I'll only have one single friend, and that's Pledge. I don't even run with single dudes.
I know. I think I'm only allowed one. Yeah,
I feel like I'm everybody's one single friend.
Yeah, I don't even mess with
now. I've been saying this for the longest time. I want to put up a fake dating profile for Pledge. Just put something out there. Just see what would happen. Get 4 or 5 of his photos, because man, we need to get you set up. We need to get you married, man. That is your resolution for 2022, Pledge.
I know.
My resolution or yours?
My resolution to get you married.
I know we're running up against it, but I have a sneaky suspicion that Pledge is purposefully single. And this is all orchestrated. He keeps himself in this space. This is his comfort zone where he dabbles.
I think so too.
He dabbles. When he wants to fish, he fishes. And when he don't want to fish, he don't put the hook in the water. I think this is all his thing. He ain't struggling. I ain't buying that.
Now one last one.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, Pledge is Jerry Rice. He is going. You have to rip the jersey off of him. Pledge ain't retiring until it's all out of him, and I respect that. Get it all out your system instead of. You don't want the Tristan Thompson situation where you
I hate people like that.
So then you might as well get it all out your system.
I know.
So you don't Tristan
I know
Thompson
people in relationships sliding into my roommates' DMs.
Oh,
it aggravates me to no end.
One last thing, Rudy. Quinn lives in our neighborhood as well.
What?
So will he be at?
Why are we on?
We will.
Why are we on not hanging out?
I'm by the duck pond, man. I'm not that far from you guys.
Will he
I know where
be
you
at CrossFit with us?
Petrenko and Ellison.
Okay, I know where you at.
See, I'm off of Petrenko and 1604 outside the loop.
Hey, Quinn Lone Star CrossFit. We
Quinn, are you doing
joining a cult?
Quinn, are you doing CrossFit with us? Just one class, man. Me and Rudy are gonna go.
I meant to tell you, you couldn't have picked the worst segue to go from CrossFit to then Quinn Hudson on the radio, because I can promise you, there ain't nothing about me says cross nor fit.
That is Quinn Hudson, host of the Sunday Sports Grill and Fantasy Gods here on Sundays on the San Antonio Sports Star. Thanks for being on. You're our resident Cowboys homer. One last thing. Is it the Cowboys here?
You got to believe it is, baby. Yeah.
Let's get some headlines. Pledge 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210.
All right, well, let's go to the NFL for our first headline.
Headline 2.
Tennessee Titans linebacker Bud Dupree has been charged with misdemeanor assault after a fight with a Walgreens employee.
Is this over a mask?
According to the Metro Nashville Police Department, the incident took place Sunday night at a Walgreens location, approximately 8 o'clock in the evening, after a verbal altercation between the 20-year-old male employee and some individuals who had entered the store. The subjects then re-entered the store with Dupree, who allegedly grabbed the employee and his phone, and then was involved in a physical altercation with the employee before he left. Quote, due to the victim being assaulted, the defendant is being charged with assault, fear of bodily injury. This, according to the Metro Nashville Police Department in a statement.
You know, I've never been mad at a Walgreens. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is his fault, man. I mean, did he not get the discount?
No, this is my favorite part, because if you remember in the story, there was an altercation with an employee. Some individuals had entered the store, then they left and re-entered with Dupree. So these homies went and got him.
Yeah, they're whack.
This is on his homies.
Now, unless it's some kids and they're like, "Hey, Dad, they just did this." But if it's some grown men that went and got Dupree, like that's whack. It sounds like he snatched up the employee and told him, "Watch your mouth," blah blah blah, and then kind of pushed him off. But
do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
Somebody, yeah, you put your hands on somebody, whether you punch them or push them, even if you just snatch them up by the collar, that's still considered
Walgreens.
assault.
Former first-round pick Bud Dupree.
Walgreens? Who gets
Dupree was
mad
a
at
stud before the knee
Walgreens? What's weirder, the fact that this story happened at a Walgreens, or the fact that the Tennessee Titans are right now the number 1 seed in the AFC?
Oh, the bigger shock is the fact that the Titans are the number 1 seed.
Because they didn't have
Derrick Henry,
yeah. 8 weeks, 10 weeks or whatever.
Headline 1.
The hits keep coming for the Oklahoma Sooners as freshman wide receiver Mario Williams has announced his intention to enter the transfer portal. Yesterday, it was quarterback Caleb Williams. Before that, it was Spencer Rattler. Williams was the 17th ranked recruit of the 2021 class and the number 1 wideout. He was the second highest rated commit for the Sooners of that class. He was 4th on the team in receiving yards and had a career day against Texas Tech on October 30th, where he had 100 yards and a touchdown on 5 catches. Mike Wood second, Jeremiah Hall both declared for the draft. Jaden Hazelwood transferred to Arkansas in December. Williams is now gone as well, which leaves Marvin Mims, the team's leading receiver, as the only player in their top 5 wideouts that will be returning.
Let's shut this season down. What's the over-under in wins for Oklahoma next year? What, 5 maybe?
If they're still in the Big 12, it'll be at least 7.
I don't know, man. How deep is
I
this
think
team?
it's 7 or 8.
How deep is this team? I mean, Lincoln.
I don't know, but I'm enjoying watching this bonfire.
Oh, this
the
is the
bonfire
greatest
that is
thing.
OU is awesome. But I think 7 wins if it's Big 12. If somehow, some miraculous way, Jimenez, they make it to the SEC before the start of next season,
They're going to lose.
Say 5.
I mean, if there's a Bedlam next year, they're going to lose by 30.
My favorite thing about watching this, other than it's Oklahoma, is the fact that Rudy J on R&R in the morning said, anytime anything happens to Oklahoma, I want it in headlines. And so I am making sure that Rudy J gets his wish.
Headlines.
Yes. I love it.
The Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield will have shoulder surgery ASAP and will not play on Sunday. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said that Mayfield's surgery could happen as soon as this week. A league source told ESPN that Mayfield could be back in time to participate in OTAs, which typically take place in May and June. Mayfield injured the shoulder in week 2 against the Houston Texans.
Oh, man, Baker Mayfield. It's interesting whenever you hear these injuries come out after the fact. You know that they're hurt, but then you find out that they were actually injured this entire time.
Oh, no, we knew this like immediately following the Texans game.
But the extent of it or how much it was impacting him along the way.
It was a torn labrum. We knew exactly what he was playing through.
The thing about Baker Mayfield is that he has really screwed that team because he is not a very good quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback, not a very good one, but it's not like the Browns can go out and get a better one next season, so they're kind of stuck with him.
Question. Baker Mayfield, upgrade over Jameis Winston, yes or no?
That's pretty even.
No. With Sean Payton, Baker Mayfield is a better option than Jameis with Sean Payton.
Let me just have my dreams of Russell Wilson, please.
No, I won't mess up your dreams. That'll be a good fit. I would love to see Russell alongside of Sean Payton.
Can you imagine Sean? Can you imagine
I'm here for it.
Can you imagine a Sean Payton with a Dak Prescott? Dak would have won like 5 rings by now.
And Mike, that repairs the relationship with your star wide receiver.
Ooh, interesting point.
That's the 411 and a 210.
It's Wednesday, so it's movie review Wednesday.
Yes.
Get to relive my childhood because apparently I was sheltered and didn't watch a lot of movies.
Were you a Jehovah's Witness?
I was not, man, but you know, kind of a religious whole household though. But you know, the last movie I reviewed a few weeks ago before Christmas was Gremlins.
Okay.
Gave it a B+. I did E.T., which I think I gave like an A- to. So I've had a good run of scores that are above average. So coming up next, the 1983 classic Scarface. What is it like watching that movie for the first time 39 years after it was released? We'll find out. This is Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star.
I can't wait to watch you guys play.
We're ready for y'all.
Let's go.
The NFL playoff picture is coming together.
Let's go. Let's go.
Are you ready?
You gotta go out there every play and earn it.
Hear it unfold on San Antonio Sports Star.
I like it.
We're serving up all the biggest games you can handle.
Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.
Get all the action live on San Antonio Sports Star.
180. What's up?
ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, Carrie, we need that tax report by tomorrow. Hey, Bobby, get me that expenses.
For Hari's accounting firm, client growth is
I know we're a
exponential.
couple of accountants short.
He
but
needs whip-smart accountants at whiplash speed.
Hey, so why aren't these receivables matching up?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I need to be able to work from anywhere. So I need to have supplies, well, everywhere.
It's possible at Staples.
I need the same setup for my home as I have at the office, without twice the cost.
Also possible because your local Staples store has the tools your business needs to get work done. Now get 40% back in a Staples store bonus when you buy any 2 ink or toner cartridges. Explore what's new at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 1/15, limit 2 in-store only. See staplesconnect.com/store bonus for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
America's best high school football players are coming to Texas. It's the All-American Bowl on Saturday, January 8th at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Trevor Lawrence, Ezekiel Elliott, and Micah Parsons played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the best of the best at the All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB. 2 exciting games for $10 in the lower bowl. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
It's halftime with Michael Jimenez on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Upload a photo of what's on your grill and enter description and recipe at sasportstar.com, and you could win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Winner chosen every Thursday at 6 on the Blitz. Again, a $50 gift card on the line to Tri-County Meat Market. Welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. We're on the go at sasportstar.com. James Pledger is here with me. Rudy J also with me as well.
I think Rudy J may have preemptively cut you out, just expecting a bad review.
I know. Is his screen frozen, or is he just like gone for the day? But either way, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. You know what? I'm never going to have ice cream again during a break because right now my mouth is so cold. Some of these words are having a difficult time coming out.
I could tell difficult was having a difficult time coming out.
So only 2-syllable words from here on out. But it's Wednesday, Pledge. We review movies on Wednesday. Fact of the matter is that most of the movies from the early 80s, late 70s, mid to late 80s, I did not watch growing up. And it's been fun because for so many years, I've had people come up to me and say, what? You've never seen that movie? You've never seen this movie? That's crazy, man.
Literally every movie.
Basically
You've never
every
seen
movie.
any movie.
Yes, John Hughes movies I've seen, right? But over the past few months on halftime, I've gotten to review movies like E.T., and Gremlins and Jaws and Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, which I gave a B+, and apparently people got really pissed off about. So I put a poll out there asking the question, which movie should I do next? And I put 4 out there. And overwhelmingly, people wanted me to do Scarface, which is a 1983 classic starring Al Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting, Pledge, because last night I looked over at my wife and I said, babe, let's watch Scarface. And she goes, okay, put it on. So of course I have to pay for this. So I guess I have to like expense the station. I'm assuming probably not, but I found it on Amazon Prime for $3,
Okay.
and not bad, not bad.
Was it worth the price of admission?
So well, let's get into that. So the movie starts, and it's like this music that sounds very
Cuban,
familiar to me. It's just a very familiar sound to me, and it says Brian De Palma directed. I was like, ooh, Brian De Palma directed one of my favorite movies growing up, which was The Untouchables. One of the few movies of the 80s that I watched. Apparently, if it had John Hughes or Kevin Costner involved, I watched it. Right?
That tracks.
So I was like, Brian De Palma, that's a good sign. And then it said written by Oliver Stone. And I thought two things. That's amazing. He's good. Right?
I know.
And then I thought about it. Oliver Stone has never done a movie that is less than 2.5 hours long.
Oh, yeah. You needed to strap yourself in for this one.
Yeah. So I paused it, and my wife looks at me and goes, 2 hours and 52 minutes? I was like, oh my God, why did I start watching this at 10? So we're watching it. And it goes all along. So basically, Al Pacino's character, Tony Montana, he is a coming in from Cuba. He's basically a criminal back there. He's coming to the U.S. He gets a green card, and basically he becomes part of he kills somebody in a refugee camp, and he becomes part of this drug syndicate. I guess
cocaine
you could say.
cartel.
Exactly. And he rises through the ranks and eventually murders his way to the top, right? And then he crosses people that he probably shouldn't have crossed. And there's a lot of things going on involving his sister, who we hadn't seen in many, many years, and his best friend, who's starting to fall for his sister. There's a lot of different things going on, but I will tell you this much. I found myself ending every sentence the past 12 hours before I got on air with Mang. Come on, Mang. I even looked at my wife before.
Mang?
My wife was watching it with me. She was like, stop it. This morning, she's leaving for work, and I'm like, I love you, babe. I love you, Mang. So.
I love you, Mang.
There's so many classic lines in there that I cannot get into. But it was interesting because if you look at the history of this movie, was that when it first came out, it was ridiculed or criticized because of the violence and because of the language on there. And it got an X rating. It didn't get an X rating because of nudity. It got an X rating because of violence. And what ended up happening was Brian De Palma re-edited the movie 3 times, dropped scenes, and they still gave it an X, and they had to appeal, and actually appealed and won and got an R rating out of it. Went to the theaters, did okay, I guess you can say, but over time became this cult classic to the point that it was the first home video to sell 100,000 copies in pledge. Do you know how much they were going for at the time?
What, a VHS of the movie?
Or one of those Rays? Yeah, or one of those Betamax or whatever. $79.95 in 1980 some money, which is like $200 now almost with inflation. So interesting times. Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars. I found it interesting in the sense that Al Pacino obviously is not Cuban. And I also found it interesting that this was a remake of a 1932 movie that was kind of based on Al Capone. So that being said, what do you think I graded this movie?
Because it has one of your favorite actors, directors, and writers all in the same movie, B+.
Is it possible to give this movie every rating? It is simultaneously an A, B, C, and D movie.
Oh,
some of it is really good. Some of it is really bad.
But even the bad is fantastic. It's fantastically bad.
It is over the top in a really, really interesting and good way. Brandon Medina from Sunday Sports Grill also reached out to me on Twitter saying, I cannot believe this is your first time watching this movie. I hope you enjoy it. It's my favorite. And I'm going to say this, dude, I really like the movie. I really, really like the movie. It's over the top. Some of it is so stupid, but the one-liners are incredible in that movie. Absolute one-liners. So Rudy J, who fell off the line here, I'm safe. He's not going to unfollow me on Twitter or on Facebook or Instagram because I'm giving it a good grade. And I'm kind of flirting with the idea of giving it an A-.
Hey.
an A-. But interesting facts about this movie. Robert De Niro was originally offered the role of Tony Montana, but Al Pacino got it. Michelle Pfeiffer was an unknown. She beat out for the role Gina Davis, Sharon Stone, Carrie Fisher, Melanie Griffith, Kim Basinger, and Sigourney Weaver. Interesting things about Stephen Bauer, who played Manny, was the only Cuban in the movie. So it's kind of weird because, I mean, you can't remake that movie now in the sense that you have like an Al Pacino pretend to be Cuban. You know, like that can't be done anymore. Like a you know, it just doesn't work that way anymore. And we saw what Scarlett Johansson's gone through over the past couple of years with some of her choices there. What is it? Cultural appropriation or whatever they call it. But it was an interesting movie.
I don't understand like some of the comments, like L Holtz, who was like, "You're insane, Mike. That movie is awesome." Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I gave it an A-, man. I think you have made it to the point, because I gave The Dark Knight a B+, that everything I say is negative towards a movie. It's not. It was.
I mean, let's be fair. You gave Outsiders like a D.
I gave it a C. It was a bad movie, man. The Outsider was awful. Good book, though. But man, no. Here's the thing about Scarface, though. Scarface was fun to watch because Brian De Palma movies don't age, man. And a lot of people say, oh, you're not going to like it because it didn't age well. Some of the things that they're saying didn't age well, but the actual filming itself, the cinematography was really, really good. This movie, though it's based in Miami, was filmed mostly in LA. So I found that to be interesting. But it's just a very unique, different type of movie. It's over the top in a good way, but Al Pacino, the dude, his character, man, that guy has some issues, man. But the one-liners, obviously the most famous one is "Say hello to my little friend," you know. But that one's big. But there was also a great line in there about you need to have money to get women. That was a great line in there, the way that he kind of explained that. And there's a lot of other good lines out there that have a lot of expletives that I cannot say on the radio.
It's okay. She'll find her. She'll love me in the morning.
I felt bad for the character that played his sister, because his sister in that movie, and then towards the end, that was kind of creepy, and how that all ended. Hey, by the way, trivia fact: did you know that the scene towards the end where Tony Montana's compound is being raided, that it was filmed and directed, that one scene, part of it was directed by Steven Spielberg.
That makes sense.
He was there. Apparently they said he was just there and visiting the set. How do you visit the set and then suddenly they say, hey, will you direct this one pivotal scene in the movie? But anyway, I'm going to give it an A-. I liked the movie. I don't know if I'll watch it again on purpose, but if I come across it,
you're definitely going to stop.
Yeah, I'm going to stop and check it out for another 15, 20 minutes. The chainsaw scene.
Oh yeah, in the bathtub.
Yeah, man, that was a little much, man. That was a little much. That scene kind of got me going. You know, some of the scenes going on in the refugee camp, the murder that goes on in there.
It was the original Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it was, and it inspired a lot of it. But it's one of those things where I don't know what the whole character with Elvira's character, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. I know that's how she got going with her career, but that was a role that could have been better. I think that's the one character that I think that they could have placed better or recast differently. Again, Sigourney Weaver tried out for that role. Kim Basinger, Carrie Fisher, Sharon Stone. One of those, I think, would have made the movie better, would have made it an A or an A+. But did you know this, Pledge?
What's up?
Since 2011, there has been a movement to get this movie remade. And right now they're in stages of developing that right now. And it wouldn't be a remake, it wouldn't be a sequel, it'd be somewhere in between, is what I'm reading. No?
Can't they leave well enough alone?
Joe Medellin on Facebook Live says, I agree with Mike on her character. Should have deserved more.
She deserved more.
She deserved more. Yeah. It was good times, man. Good times. A-. So I'll put a poll out tonight asking what movie I should do. Second place when I did this poll was American Me. People said that was the movie I should watch next. Apparently, I will regain some Mexican points if I do watch that movie.
Are you trying to regain those points, or do you just want to watch a really good movie?
All right, well, hit me up with one.
Oh, I will hit you up with one. You've said you haven't seen it, and We had a comment in here earlier. I gotta scroll back and look for it because we got so many.
American Me is good.
American Me is
Oh,
good. But
Rudy J, I gave it an A-, dude.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But did I hear Michelle Pfeiffer slander?
he did. You did.
Oh, dude, why do you got to pick on that right there?
Because it's the same thing with the Heath Ledger slander in Dark Knight.
Tombstone
what-
next if you like one-liners.
What did she bring to the
That's my
movie?
movie.
You know what?
Gabriel Chacon,
Sexiness.
Tombstone.
You know what? Now
Super
that Rudy
sexy.
J is back, let's talk a little bit more about this and other movies that we should check out and review on the other side. This is Halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Pride.
Hey, listen up.
Tradition.
Let's keep it going.
Football. The NFL playoff picture is coming together. Hear it unfold on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The San Antonio Spurs lost their fourth game in a row, 129-104 to the Raptors last night. Spurs 2021 12th overall pick Josh Primo played his first NBA game in his home country of Canada and provided a spark off the bench for 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. The Spurs will try to snap their losing streak tonight in Boston with hopes that leading scorer and assist man DeJounte Murray can make his return to action tonight. Tip-off is at 6:30. Also in the Texas NBA world, the Rockets are taking on the Wizards in D.C. at 6 o'clock, and the Mavericks will host the Golden State Warriors. The Dallas Cowboys are designating tight end Blake Jarwin from the injured reserve, potentially being able to activate him anytime within the next 3 weeks. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
Hi, everyone. Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats here. When you bring a package of our smoked sausage home, keep it simple. It's handcrafted in small batches and fully cooked, so you can just heat it up and enjoy. My favorite way to eat it is on a bun with mustard or wrapped in a tortilla. Try some from a store near you today, and if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today. 571-0318.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitrol, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine that little blue pill on steroids. Noxitrol is so powerful. That's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitrol free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitrol dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
To get a free bottle of Noxitrol, call 800-844-9465. That's 800-844-9465. Free bottles for limited time, so call now. 800-844-9465. 800-844-9465.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Small businesses are the backbone of America. Yet when it comes to workers' comp insurance, you rarely get the savings you deserve. That's because insurance companies tend to lump you in with other businesses, and you can get overcharged. At Pi Insurance, we're on a mission to change that. With Pi, you get a quote specific to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. If you like savings, take 3 minutes to see how much you could save at trypi.com. Pie makes workers' comp insurance as easy as pie, with friendly representatives just a call away. No wonder customers rate our service excellent on Trustpilot. You work hard to build your business and keep your employees safe. You deserve more from your workers' comp provider. See how much you could save with Pie Insurance. Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote today at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Find your next amazing getaway at the South Texas RV Super Sale. Hundreds of RVs, every shape and size. Small pop-up campers to spacious motorhomes, toy haulers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and more from South Texas' best dealers. RVing will change your life. Fall in love with the unexpected joy of the No Limits RV lifestyle. Check out a free seminar. Never stop looking for your next big adventure. Discover RVing at the South Texas RV Super Sale, Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall, January 6th through the 9th. Doors open at 10 a.m.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Max Kellerman on San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
You know what I told you? In this country, you get the money. When you get the money, you get the power. Then you get the woman. I don't know, man. I got to work on my Tony Montana.
Dude, that's the worst Tony Montana impression I've ever heard in my life.
Welcome back. Welcome back to halftime on the San Antonio Sports Star. You heard the voice there of Joe Reinagel, new co-host here at the Blitz here on the San Antonio Sports Star. He walked in, said, "You better have given Scarface a good review." I told him an A-, and your response was what?
You kids today. What's the matter with you, man? That's like one of the greatest movies of all time. Al Pacino, that might have been his best performance ever.
Oh my God. I gave it an A-,
Dude,
man.
that's an A++.
Okay.
All day.
So one of your favorite movies of all time, apparently.
Well, yes. Scarface, I can watch it over and over and over again.
You can watch it over and over again. And I told Pledge that that's going to be a movie where I'm not going to go seek it out. But if I go through, and I see that it's on, Cinemax or just somewhere on there, I'll stop and watch and play. It was a good movie, man. I had no problems with it. It was a good movie.
It's a great movie. There's a difference between a good movie and a great movie.
It's so over the top, but it's so funny in a good way.
Dude,
they're making a remake of it, by the way.
Really? Now I
don't want that.
Apparently, it's in development right now. A remake. It's been in development for about 7 years. It's one of those things where they're going to try to not remake Tony Montana, but try to make it where it's like not a sequel, but not a remake, just somewhere in between, kind of like in that vein.
Look, Rudy J will back me up on this. I know you will, Rudy. I'll put you on the spot. That scene in the shower with the Colombians, dude, that is intense. Okay,
and
that
it's
was
not
great.
over the top. It was realistic.
That's
for the
real.
Times it's Miami was built on that.
Yeah,
that's how Miami. All those buildings you see when you go visit Miami, those are all bought with cocaine money. Like it wasn't over the top. It was legit.
And that
You're
was
100% right, Joe.
That's the part of the movie that there's two parts of the movie that freaked me out. That was one because I thought to myself, no way they're gonna chop him up with a chainsaw. That's and by the way, the one thing when the guy ran away with the chainsaw, he broke a glass pane with it. I'm like, can a chainsaw break glass? I did not know if it could do that. It was kind of interesting. The other part was the sister at the end, facing down Tony Montana. I was like, oh my God, that's a great
That
scene.
was weird. That's the only part about Tony that made me mad. Like, bro, you can't be with your sister. Like
he wanted to be, man. He wanted to be.
He did. It was weird. That part, yes, I get you on that.
So we do movie reviews on Wednesdays. Okay. So in the past, because I didn't watch a lot of movies growing up, most recently, 2 weeks ago, I saw Gremlins for the first time. I gave it a B+. Okay. I gave The Dark Knight a B+.
Dude.
I gave Jaws an A.
They're going to take this away from you if you keep doing that stuff, man.
Now,
He hasn't seen Tombstone.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Outsiders, I gave like a D or a C minus.
I was mad at you for that.
That was Indiana Jones. I gave a B minus, I think, or something like that.
Although I ruined it for him after the fact. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Doesn't matter if Indiana Jones is a part of that movie. Nazis still find the Ark of the Covenant, still open it, all
still die. Still die. So other movies that have been proposed to me, by the way, have been Poltergeist.
Okay.
American Me is another one.
Tombstone.
Tombstone's good. So it's Poltergeist.
Yeah, so there's so many movies. I can keep this going for like 3 years because I only watched John Hughes movies and the occasional movie involving Kevin Costner growing up.
Obviously, you were sheltered as a child.
Very obvious, but man,
yeah,
it's so nice to see you, man. It's
good to see
Dude,
you.
I've known you, Ryan Egel, for 20 plus years.
Time,
I
man.
remember Bill Taylor in the newsroom about 7-8 years ago because I came back to Ken's for a good year and a half or so. Was like, who is here in the 20 years ago? And Sarah Lucero raised her hand, you raised your hand, and I was kind of like, sort of, because I was technically here in the 90s. And I remember one of the reporters looked at me. I think it was Justin Bork. He looked at me and said, "Dude, you're old." I was like, that was good times. But I'm looking forward to doing a show with you in the near future, man. But big news today. Again, Micah Parsons out this weekend, COVID. So that's a big deal. But the Cowboys here, they don't necessarily need to go all out to win today.
I'm pretty happy about that, actually. That's good.
Very cool.
See, me and Joe are on the same page. I said the same thing, Joe. Have a great show, brother.
Thanks, brother. Ryan Egg will be back at 4 o'clock for the Blitz. This is halftime. See you back here tomorrow on the San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star Pro Football Pick'em. Online at sasportsstar.com. Can you pick the perfect matchups all season long? If so, you could win $50,000. Weekly winners score gift cards to Pinkerton's Barbecue and the Mellow Mushroom. For official contest rules and to play, visit sasportsstar.com. Must be at least 21 years old to play this nationwide contest. One winner will be selected at the end of the season. The Pro Football Challenge from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead. With Fidelity Income Planning, we'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time without the unnecessary fees. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, number NYSE SIPC. Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cash Back Match.